What's Uber up to? Let's take a peek. Here, let me bring a chart down for you guys so we can just take a peek here at Uber. Oh, yeah. Wow, Uber took a big dump. Boy, that short I took, I wish I was
What's
still
Uber
there.
up to? Let's take a peek.
Oh, well.
Hey, what's up, Peter? We are ready, sir.
All ready to go. Okay, then. All right, guys. As always, here's our special loving introduction for William. As I mentioned, hold on. Let me just bring it back here. We're going to premiere. William has put together an ad to advertise the trade review. So I'm not sure, William, you haven't seen it. So guys, it's going to be a little rough. It's still in post-production, but I just wanted to share it with everybody so that we can see how this ad goes. All right, here we go. I'm blaming you. You put it together. I'm going to be William's voice. See, that's why. This is why it's still in pre-production, because I'm just doing the voiceover for when William the professional comes on and does the ad. So here's our ad. Hey guys, I'm William A-Dog. Do you want to be an expert trader? Then you need to reach out and grab the tools you need. I can help you. Come on down to William's Trade Emporium. We have everything you need to trade. We have charts. We have moving averages. We have time and sales. We have montage windows. And we deal in volume. So come and see me today. Make sure to ask for the A-Dog, and I will help you make it rain. But today, I have a very special offer for you, and it is just for you. So join me here and now for the Trade Review Show, and I will give you a free trading gift. It's my expertise. What have you got to lose? So let's get started. Williams Trade Emporium and Williams Trade Review Show does not guarantee results. Results may vary based on your trades and expertise. We will do our best to help, but the actual trading is up to you. All images you see in this commercial are Williams' natural awesomeness and are the property of bearable traders. No guarantees, warranties, manatees, or promises are made in this ad, whether expressed or implied.
I take payment over Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Wells Fargo transfer, whatever you guys want. What the heck was that, Peter?
There you go. That's my ad that I prepared for you. I hope you like it. It might need a little work, but I just wanted to, see how. See, Mickey, I was wondering if anyone would catch the small print. I had to find something that rhymed with warranty and guarantee, so manatees came to mind.
Oh, it's lovely, man.
Well done.
It's lovely. You're so cool. Let's one only spam of the day. Type in one if Peter's super always fun and a joy to be around. Heck yeah, Peter. Keeping it light today. Thank you, man. You sound like you're in a good mood.
You can't laugh with your friends. Who can you laugh with, right?
Right. Not your enemies. That's no fun. But yeah, Peter, how did your trading go today, man? Was it as good as that ad?
I've had a rough day, actually. So I put that ad together to distract myself around lunchtime. So.
So fun, Peter. So fun. Thank you, man. You just have to keep one-upping it. First, it was the theme song for TNT. Now it's the ad. What's the next thing? I don't know where you're going with this, but I'd like to see it.
All right, we'll have to figure something out.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much. And the people on YouTube,
so
that
guys,
was Peter. So Peter's an awesome guy in our chat. It's not usually like this, but for you guys to see that for the first time, that's Peter for you. We have a really cool community here.
There you go. So, guys, if you have trades that you want to share, just a reminder to get them up and off topic. I see a number of you that are starting to get ready there. But take a screenshot, 2 different time frames, trades clearly marked. As I always say, if you're new to the room, don't be shy. We love seeing trades from new traders. Of course, we also love those who contribute regularly. So feel free to send us your trades. And William, today, are you looking for one trade from our YouTube viewers if they're interested.
Yeah, we've already got a couple, and I'm gonna do overtime because 2 of them are there. So if I have to go a little
Fantastic.
over, I will. But yes, please, if anyone wants to submit more to that forum, please do.
Okay, sounds good then. All right, so we're ready to go, and over to you. I'll just hit mute, but I'll still be here if needed.
Yeah, thank you, Peter, and let's get this up. So thank you, everyone. Peter, thank you so much. You're so fun, man. So we've got the trade review today, so send in your trades to the off topic. And what we like to do here with Bearable Traders for our whole community is to review the trades as a team, where anyone who's part of our community can submit trades from today or previous. They're winning trades, they're losing trades. We don't care how much money you made or lost. We don't care about the share size usually. So for new traders, we're just looking at the charts, how you traded them compared to what your plan says how you should trade them and how you executed it. And then your risk to reward, your stops, any psychological issues. And we try to review it as a team and see if we can find insights on the winning trades and the losing trades so we can all grow together. We're starting to do this on YouTube as well for people to see what it looks like here. And that's what we're going for. And I don't always... Yeah, thanks, Eagle Bear. Now you're on YouTube saying that. Please don't private message me, even though that's a really good private message to give me, Eagle Bear, so I appreciate it. But I have that taken care of as well. But thank you. Appreciate it. See, that's why our members look out for us. I appreciate that. Let me close it there. So I don't always talk about my trades during this trade review, but I just have to today. Because I don't know if I'm going to get my recap up. But I want to show you all something. Okay, not that. I want to pull this up. Okay. Give me a sec. Alrighty, tidy. So this was someone not part of our room, but on YouTube sent this to me and asked to review it. And I was just going to say, hey, go to the forum post and post it there. But then I saw this. Do you guys see this? I was like, I was really, like, I was, so I can't even, like, explain it. I was very confused for a sec. I was like, wait, what? Why is he sending me my own trade when he opened it up? And why did I write blue on it? Like, what's going on here? And this guy, he said he watches the trade reviews, he listens to everything that we all do at BBT, and he follows us, and he's not a member, but he knows the harmonious chart, he knows about VWAP, he understands the gap up on the daily, which is what he talked about in the email. So I want to show you the email also, because he sent me the email, and then I asked him, let me just write this up, like, how did he learn to trade like that? And then he said, you actually inspired this type of trade with your videos on harmonious charts. Now before the market opens, I look at every time frame for each of my stocks to check if there are any MAs in the way that act as a resistance. Today, HD was above its moving averages on all these time frames. I also kept in mind what you said yesterday in your Apple recap, that when a stock gaps up, it may sell off slightly due to profit taking. I took the exact same trade yesterday that I took today. It was on Apple yesterday, it was on HD today, and that is all thanks to Norm and Brian. Those are the guys that taught me how to do this. And then he went on to say, since HD held the VWAP so perfectly and I saw buyers stepping in on the time and sales, I went long on the 1 minute candle break, which I see a lot of your community's recaps. That's all of you guys talking about this stuff. That's not just me and the moderators. That's all of the recaps we do. This was basically an early entry for a 2 minute orb with regards to a R to R. Not sure about that one. I mean, that's a tough orb when you want to play an engulfing orb and it has an engulf jet. That's a really tricky play. I found that I've been taking profits too early, so now I'm really trying to hold off for at least 2R. Unless there's a clear resistance. So this guy, even though he's not part of our room, he's doing everything right. He's learning from us in this way. He's following along and he's executing a plan, and he's not blindly following anyone. Now, this is just one trade out of a bunch of trades, but just that it looked so similar to mine, right? I entered in right where he entered in, entered in at the same time. I profited out pretty close to where he did. And then I held, moved my stop for break even. And then I held more, and I basically got a top tick right here, which was really cool. Which is right around where he got out also. I know, Greg, when I was saying that, I was like, oh, shoot, is he stealing from us? No. I don't know about everyone else, just me personally. I love to be able to share in this way. And we offer a whole lot more as part of BBT that these people don't have access to. But just that he can learn from our live recaps. I mean, why do you guys think we do that? Like, I learned so much before I was in a room from live recaps from other traders. And now that I'm in the room, I just want to give back. And we offer a lot more in these chat rooms. We have all the education center stuff. But just that he could find such value from the recaps and learn over time and how to execute the trades, that's what we want for everyone, whether you're in the room or not. Just to improve your trading, take smart setups, learn them, don't blindly follow anyone, and then just execute. So I really, really was just amazed that it was so similar to mine. It was really cool. So good job to Zach. It was a beautiful trade, man. Right, Greg? Yeah, you're going to get more value just from watching on YouTube. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, no, so thanks. All right, so now let's look. Okay, and just really quickly, so you guys can see exactly why I traded this. It was the gap up. Brian always says, don't short a strong stock. And the Norm does killer trades when it sells off at the open. And then I don't exactly know what he sees when he decides to enter, but I see the green time and sales, new 1 minute holding the moving averages, and then I hold thanks to Robert. I hold my winners thanks to Robert. I read the chart thanks to Brian, and I enter thanks to Norm. I mean, that was just awesome. Thank you to all three of you guys. So let's look. Does anyone have any questions on that one, first of all? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again, but that's what we want to do here. Trade the same patterns over and over and over again. Oh, Zach, I even forgot Zach was in the YouTube right now. Let me look at his comments really quick. Yeah, Zach. Yeah. Definitely. Great trade, man. Oh, you missed Michelle. All right, so let's look at some of your trades. Let's open this up. All right. Let's see how people did today. Can someone be my official timer? Like a shot clock. I need a trade clock, and it's going to be 5 minutes max. If I stop before then, I get bonus points. But who wants to take that rollover for me? That'd be lovely if you can. Jason. Like, give me the time frame too. You got to be on top of me. JD. No, take the rollover. Okay, Nigel, start it. 5 minutes. Let me know when I'm done. 12:19, 12:20, I guess. So, JD. I'm guess is this JD's? All right, JD. What do we got here? What do we got? All right, your charts look a little different, JD. Did you switch it up? I remember one maybe a really long one. Looks like you added in a chart. I could be mistaken. So you wanted to get filled in. So this is HD. You wanted to get filled in at 215, but was filled at 215.18. Got it. It's okay. That's the slippage. You got to accept that, JD. You got to accept the slippage. A, B, C, D pattern. What is this? The 2 minute chart. Probably could have used the 9 EMA as my stop. Yeah, you could have. There's a nice wedge pattern forming. Yep, this is like what Thor talks about in Eamon and Kurt, but mostly Thor and Eamon, I think. And Robert, maybe. I still need to learn about wedges better, guys. I still do. That's a sim trade, so this is the real trade. So, right, JD, perfect. You have a valid setup. A, B. Let me actually change this to pink. I think it shows up better. Okay. So you have a valid A, B, C pattern on the 1 minute chart. You've got strong gap up on the daily. You have no overhead moving averages. This ABCD pattern is above all of the smaller moving averages of the 9 and 20. And then there was a wedge pattern forming against the daily level on the 1 minute. So did you get out too early? If you note the wedge, were you wanting to hold? Like, yeah, why did you get out at this? Ah, JD, okay. So JD, where was your stop? Right here? Right, so this was your risk, but you got a bad fill, right? So one really, really easy way that's helped me so much, and I guess I'm not allowed to speak this person's name, so I won't speak his name, but you'll know who it is from that comment. Being forced to hold until you hit a risk to reward ratio worked wonders for me, because no longer am I forced to try to overanalyze every single tick and every single wedge and every single move and every single wave that I want to say, oh, I need to get out. Oh, I need to lock in my profit. Oh, now it's going to reverse. Oh, I got to get out. Oh, my psychology is getting bad, right? All of that gets taken out. Now all of it is I got stopped out. That was a good trade. I'm happy. Let's move on. It allows me to not do any of those stuff and just, again, either get stopped out or to hold until some ratio of my risk. So JD, if we have 3 parts of a trade, right? Your entry, your stop, and your exit. Okay? In your entry, it was perfect. You had your setup. You read the charts correctly. Awesome entry. Even though you got slippage, the spread is like 10, 20 cents on the stock. So that's normal if you play this stock. Entry, I think you got the entry you want other than the slippage. The stop, that's a fine stop. No problem with that stop whatsoever. It's a great level for a stop. Exit, that was the last thing you needed to make this trade an A+ perfect trade, JD. So close to being perfect. So yeah, you just got to figure out a way for yourself to not overanalyze once you've made the decision to get in the trade. Does that make sense, JD? Yeah, I mean, it's so close to being spot on perfect. And note that, you don't have any of those moving averages on the way, so these are the type of trades that you can let it run. Really, really great stuff there, JD. I'm looking at YouTube really quick. Eddie, hopefully soon, man. Hopefully very soon. Yeah, Zach. And you guys on YouTube, feel free to comment on the trades that you're seeing in the room as well. It looks like that lower, so JD, someone from YouTube says, look at C. It looks like that lower low from the previous hammer could have faked you out. Right, the lower low right there. We're not worried about that. A 1 minute lower low off little baby volume with no overhead resistance on a gap up. If you guys saw my trade on Apple, when I talked about that, like, man, I don't care about that. That is just the pullback you want. Greg, it's not, though. When you say it's holding out for 2-1 is extra tough in this choppy, if you find good levels of risk where you can put your stop at a technical level and it has room to run, then all of a sudden the chop that some people think might be hard, you've limited your risk, which allows you to reach a reward easier. Ding, ding, ding. Gotta go. Thank you, Nigel. I wish you actually had a timer. I'm going to have to read your comments. I'm going to have to look for them. JD, great trade. Really, really good stuff. You know what to work on. Just work on those exits and holding. All right, whose trade was this? Oh, Jason W. And then Greg. Let me open up Greg's for next time. Jason W. and then Greg. All right, Jason. Jason, are you the Jason that lives near me? Right? You're that Jason? Yeah, with the old timey quotes from the wise men in your life. I miss those, man. Those were good times. I can reminisce about those times, man. And that's not an inside joke to me. That's inside joke to the chat. And he did this on YouTube, on the YouTube recaps he used to do. All right, Jason. So, are you short right now? Well, what's going on here? What time is it? Oh no, is this a test? Oh, it's a test. Haha. Yeah, so Jason, is this the point? Is it I won't even look up Baba. I'll play along. What are we doing here? So first, kind of explain. Yeah, this is the entry. All right, let's have other people. No, sorry. Okay, we only have 3 minutes. So other people in chat, explain his entry. Anyone else? Can you? I mean, this has a specific name to a strategy. Right, I see it. Anyone else in the chat have anything? ABCD. Ooh, that'd be a tough ABCD. Yeah, JD, that's the engulfing crack for sure. It's a little late for the engulfing crack, but it happened. No, he's going short, so it's not a view at false breakout. It's a view at breakthrough is what he would do. Jason, I'm definitely going to get into that. Yeah, so, Jason, would I take this trade? Let's probably... I would need to see the 2-minute, the 15-minute, and the 60-minute charts. But before we look at that, you're in a 5-minute low. You're under VWAP, you have increasing volume, it hit this resistance point, you have this little failed bounce right there, maybe that's what someone in the chat said. It looks like it's under this moving average and I see empty space. So all of those look good for a trade. What I don't love is that this gigantic wick of buyers in this. So now all of a sudden I need to know what's happening down here. If there was moving averages on other time frames holding it up as support, what happened? I guess on the daily it would have looked like this. So that's why I look at the 15, the 60, and the 2-minute chart that's not here. But overall from the 1 and the 5, it looks pretty good to me. Now, it depends, and then your stop. So now, I was talking with another really amazing trader today, just briefly over text, and he was saying trade management is so underrated, Jason. So I don't know, like, okay, maybe it just goes up, but where do you put your stop and how do you exit? Do you get out too soon? Do you wait to have patience? Do you overtrade it once you're in it? There's a whole lot more than just the entry that we would need to know about, but in terms of just an entry, I see the reason. I like it. Stop at 161.50? Oh, 15. Okay. 15. So right above VWAP, okay? So that's your risk. So then depending on your plan, you want some sort of reward, which is near the low of day. So are we going to get to see what happens? Are we going to get to see you get stopped out 1 second later? All right, I'm going to... Yeah, pretty much. I figured. Well, so did you send the chart later? Jason. Okay, no. So send the charts and let's see what happened, and we'll come back to it. But yeah, so and then Robert, he asked you specifically if you want to say anything. Not on mic, you can just type something in. Oh, Peter, did you just come back on?
No, I never left.
Oh, you never left. Got it.
I just have a fancy new mic that I can actually mute. So.
Yeah, he's got the same mic as we do. It's a really good mic. All right, Jason. So send it. Yeah, send the outcome if you can, man. And then Greg, Nigel, did you time me, man? I think I went a minute over. Okay, good. You're on it. Let's just look really quick. Yeah. I mean, I pretty much knew you were going to get stopped out by the question, but was it a good entry? I like the entry, man, for all the reasons I said. Get stopped out. Yeah. Hey, those things happen, man. They happen. I like the entry, though. Greg. Yeah, Jason. Hey, that's a fun way to do it. Do it again. Heck yeah, Greg. All right, Greg. This will be a little quicker. Oh, shoot. This is the same thing. So, Zach, if you're still here. All right, sorry, YouTube. I need to get better at looking at both comments. Sorry, DOFLPKS. I missed it. I'll try to get it a little better. But for Zach, this is another trader from our room that's looking to do the same thing. Or based on A-Dog's mention in his video that Andrew always talks about when a stock gaps up a lot on the daily, it will open down immediately on the 1 minute, longs taking profit, then go up, and that is what happened. My entry was just above VWAP, and my mental stop loss was just under the low of the prior candle. You got in, Eamon took this trade too, and Eamon got in before me. He got stopped out once, then he got in again. You got in right here. This is a really tough place to get in. I like it. You have no confirmation yet, which is fine, Greg. I do it all the time without confirmation. And then I love that you hold. Yeah, it's, oh yeah, Michelle took this. I forget, Michelle was down here too, I think. So let's see, gap up on the daily. Yeah, Greg. So all of that is awesome. $213.43. Yeah, okay, you got it a little later. I'm just thinking for a sec, Greg. Your profit target, Greg, is until weakness. Can you define what that means to you? Hopefully he's thinking. And the stop loss was 212.21. Right, so got it, Greg. Right. So this is a thing where your stop loss is basically this. So this is tricky, Greg. I want you to think through. Even though you hit your risk to reward within a minute, so you start to partial out so fast, right? You can potentially have a great trade and be done. Well, you know, I took my first partial right about here because I hit my good risk to reward even after 2 or 3 minutes. But just note that on this first exit, this is when I've learned to be patient and to hold. You get this, you have a perfect setup, you have the harmonious chart, you get an extremely bullish candle that's right about to break through this high. If it cracks, oh man, right? So just note that. There are certain trades that when you're in them, you get to hang on a little bit longer to. And this is a span of like, I don't know, 60, 90 seconds or so. It's a very short trade. And you had a potentially 3, 4, 5 more R's. Or 1 or 2 or 3 more R's you could have got. But overall, it's fantastic. Just through doing this long enough on the harmonious charts, I've realized I gotta have more patience. I can be in this trade longer than 30 seconds, longer than 60 seconds. Heck yeah, Greg. No, I'm happy for you. I'm not even nitpick. I'm just saying if we got to learn something from these, when you get to take these trades, when you have such a great stop, when it goes in your favor so fast, I've learned I get to hold a little bit longer. Okay, Zach and DOFL PKs. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, Greg. Thank you. Ha, Nigel, I beat you to it. Ching. All right, wait. Let's actually do that. Do that. Do that. All right, Henry and then Flint. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I gotta go quicker. Henry, are you here? Thank you, Nigel, too. I really appreciate it. And Flint, are you here? Flint or Henry, not here? There we go, Henry's here. Okay, Henry, so what do we got here? You do interesting trades, yeah. I remember this. Not this trade, but you do contrarian trades a little bit different. So please walk us through what you were thinking here. It looks like you're scaling into a trade, trying to get it near the resistance, but you're willing to get in a little beforehand in case you don't get the move, in case the move goes without you. And then you're scaling in. Your stop must be somewhere here or here, and you're waiting for a move down. But it's tricky for other traders to see. So, okay, sold off at the open, right? Sold off heavy. We have a double bottom right here. It's going up right here. So this is just a pullback, right? You're finding this as a pullback to one of these two moving averages. Correct, Henry? Yeah, it's a completely different trading style, Eric. Not better or worse, just not one that a lot of us do. Right? So he's trying to scale in, and then so we don't overcomplicate it for traders here, because it is different. He's trying to short on a pullback near where he finds as the resistance. He's willing to scale into a trade, so this is not his full position yet, because in case this is the top of the move, he wants to be in there and not let it go without him, but he's willing to get in closer to his resistance, and then he's willing to add in on the way down. Now, Henry, question. Where was your stop from this first entry, and then where was your stop from this entry? Once you were in your full size here, was it the same stop, and where were they? Well, Eric, it's 35.26. Okay, so, oh, right at that level, got it. You were so close. And then you changed it to 35.24. All right, so his original stop was here. He slightly reduced it to 35.24. And then are you able to calculate your risk to reward through all this, or is it more of just like your intuition and gut feeling about stuff, Henry? Yeah, Jose, don't private message me. Send him to the off topic if you can, please. Yeah, Henry, so do you consider the risk to reward how a lot of us do, or do you have your own style there to exit out? Eric, you can scale in whether it's going in your position or going against you if that's part of your plan. Averaging down is something meaning you should have already, like in theory, the point behind why averaging down is bad is it's because you should have stopped out. You shouldn't be in the trade anymore. But instead of stopping out, you're adding to your position to get a better average price so that you can somehow get out. Now, that might be mechanically the same as scaling in when it goes against you, but the thought process behind it is completely different and can be completely valid if that's part of your setup. But it's not valid if you're averaging down simply to get a better price and you missed your stop to get out of the trade. There's a big difference. And Peter, did you have something to say?
Yeah, well, you just said it actually, which is exactly what I wanted to say. Was it's all about intent. If you ever exceed your targeted loss on the trade, then you're averaging down. If through all of the partials that you've added in, when you averaged in, if you're still within your targeted loss parameters for the trade as originally intended, then as you said, it's sort of acceptable for averaging in. So like you said, it's all about psychology and your trade management. So, if in this trade he had $100 risk, but on the first amount he took, he maybe only be risking $20, right? So he would never get maximum gains if it did go directly in his favor, but he was willing to add some more such that his total risk on the trade at his stop point, which presumably is above that moving average, would never have exceeded $100, which is what he intended all along. And I can tell you from experience, when I've averaged down, or averaged up in this case, that's me. Basically, I've blown my risk. So instead of my $100, I'm at my $100 risk, and instead of exiting the trade, I added to it. Okay, let's try and make it back. And then suddenly you've lost $200, and you're going to add more. Then you've lost $300, and you're adding more. Like, that's averaging down. So anyways, that's exactly what William said. It's a very important distinction. It's one of those, like, I would consider it an advanced skill. So it's one of those things. Don't try it if you're not comfortable with it, or if it doesn't fit your plan. Just take the entry, define your risk, trade from there. I mean, Andrew, even at his level, that's what he does, right? He very rarely adds. Well, I shouldn't say that. He does a little bit more now, but you notice he usually adds sort of right at the same level when he starts to see confirmation. So, all right, let's get back to the review.
No, always jump on, Peter. That was perfect explanation there, and agree completely. So thank you, Henry. And yeah, you guys, just completely different. I've dabbled in that. I know Kurt does it a little bit. Eamon, I don't know if Eamon does it when it goes against him, but we see Andrew do it sometimes as well. There is a fine line. And why I stopped doing it, Henry, is because even though I understood what I was doing, unfortunately for me, I couldn't play that game to not allow it turn into averaging down, and it did. What I thought was my smart entries to scale in turned into averaging down too easily, so I had to stop doing that style. But that's just because I failed at it, not because it's a bad strategy. Flint. Okay. An example of very bad trading, and I broke all my rules. I've been losing every Monday and Tuesday for around 3 months, and it results in this trade, and I can't dip buy. Fear it will fall down. Okay, HD. So let's see. You've got... yeah. So what did Flint do here, traders? He got caught in FOMO. He tried to play the breakout. He then entered in more. I was down $135 here, which was probably more than what he wanted to be down on the trade. So then he gets out right here. All right, so this chart doesn't even matter. What's so much more important is the psychological aspect, because that happens to me a million times in the past, Flint. A million times. This is way more important than the chart. When you see the valid setup in the beginning, but you're scared to take it, then you chase it, and you're unhappy with your entry, and then you hold through more than what you should have lost, than more than what you were willing to lose on that trade. For me, it is a guaranteed impossibility that I let that trade turn into a winner. I get out at break even every single time I do that, because I have no control of my emotions. I'm not able to read the charts correctly. And as soon as I know I'm back at break even and my P&L is back at zero after being down 100, 500, 1,000 or something, I just get the heck out of there, and then it starts to go in my direction. But you can't look at that. You've already done things that go against your trading plan. So to say, I got out and then it goes in my favor, that's the wrong way to look at it. You shouldn't have been in that trade to begin with, is the right way to look at it, unless you were at that original entry point. So Flint, don't think that because you got out that you need to let it run in the future. You shouldn't have been in that trade to begin with. it is so hard to exit out correctly when you've already broken all your rules. It's, for me at least, it's impossible. I'd be a rich man if I could have held all my losers and then not got out at break even. They just like always soar. They just always go, and I always feel so bad. I had to stop doing that. It was destroying me as a trader. Because then it leads to second guessing yourself. It leads to the next bad trade, Flint. You gotta do your best to follow the rules. And if you can't take this early trade that you want to, the fear, if this was the right setup for you, whatever this was down here, you gotta learn to take that with at least with smaller share size. Flint, did you see what Greg did on what he was practicing? Did you note how many shares he took? How many? I remember. I know what it was. Did you see it, Flint? Oh, what's up? What's up, GDT? Yeah, there's like a 12-second delay, I think, Zach. 12 seconds. Yeah, Julian, 10 shares. Now, why did he do that? Because it's a strategy he's not super comfortable with, he's not familiar with, he's wanting to learn it. So he takes it with really small share size. And hey, Greg, if you're wrong on 10 share size, do you care at all? Like, is there any emotion whatsoever? And you're in sim, so you're treating it so real, right? Flint, 50 shares on a $200 stock, that's actually not that small, Flint. That's decently big for a new trader. Yeah, so just note that. That's what you got to be very, very careful on. If you've got your rules, you got to stick to them, man, for all those reasons. Moving on. Eric from Bomb. Eric from Bomb. And then IG. All right, Eric, are you here? Huh. Yeah, that's a fun trade. Eric, let's see here. $15-minute pullback to moving average trend up. It's bouncing, it's bouncing, it's bouncing. Come back down. Enter long right here. So you just get long at the... You get long way down here, even before the new 1 minute. So what exactly was your reason to get in at that moment? Like, I see what you're doing, Eric. You're waiting for the pullback. You're waiting for the pullback. Strong stock. Define your support. 15 moving average on the 9. Get in somewhere. Put your stop right under this for sure. But what was the reason that you got in right here, even before a new 1 minute high? Was it this 1 minute bullish candle at the very least? Like, it wasn't a new low and it was green? If I see this trade, that's how I see it. All right, so this is extremely risky. And Eric, how long have you been trading? Six months. All right, so you're pretty new still. Like, this is a type of trade that I could do too. If I'm really looking for a bounce, you wait for it to go to the support. So now you're in the range of where you can go long. Then you wait for any sort of early indicator on the 1 minute chart, which is a no new low and some sort of green candle. And then if he's looking at time and sales or volume, that helps. But Eric, you actually did perfectly on your exiting. These trades are worthless. You have to get stopped out many times, and you have to hold many times, meaning they're worthless if you don't hold. They're amazing. When you hold like you did, and you got your 15-1 or your 10-1, that makes it worth it. You cannot take these type of trades bounce off the 15 and scale out on the 1 minute or the 5 minute chart, you've got to wait exactly what you did. So these type of plays are dictated by, they are a big risk to reward. There is a good chance you're going to get stopped out. So how do you make it work out in terms of probabilities? You have to hold, which is what you did. So that's fantastic, Eric. So when you continue to make these trades, let yourself lose 1, 2, 3, 4 without getting emotional about it. And then force yourself to hold through the moving average cross, the 50. You have to hold through that stuff for these type of plays. Really, really fantastic idea there. Yeah, DOFL, or I'm just going to call you PKS. It's really good. When you have a tight stop that's technical and you get that type of reward, you're going to get stopped out sometimes. But if you get your 10 to 1, then it's really okay. IG? Are you here, IG? Ah, maybe it was your chart that looks like this, not JD. Alright, my interpretation of Kurt's trend trading wisdom. Kurt, if you're here, jump on. Trade 1, misread direction of the trend, and instead of waiting for higher low, and hopefully further indicator to go long, went short. I see it. You got stopped out right away. You did have this 15-minute candle bust down through there, right? So you had different confirmation. I mean, that I could see how someone might want to short that off that little candle and the breakdown. But all right, double bottom, break a VWAP, hammer bouncing off the moving average, right? Here you're going short below VWAP, short below the moving averages, early stop. And you misread the direction, so that's not even a trade that you actually wanted to take. This, you're going with the direction. You have the same thing above VWAP. You have the same type of candle formation with a 1 minute breakup. And now you're going long again for the trend, partial. Yeah, so look, the first trade was the reversal, even though it did look like a new 15-minute low. The two other trades were going with the trend that you identified it with. They more than paid off for your one loser, I'm sure, from that. 2 out of 3 trades. The second 2 were smart trades in your head, it looks like. The first trade you wish you wouldn't have done. Is that all correct, IG? Yeah, so that's fantastic, IG. If we could only be perfect every single trade, wouldn't that be nice? But when we're not perfect and we get out with small losers, and then when we have a little bit bigger winners and we make smart trades along with the dumb trades, that's what we got to do. Traders don't fail from taking smart trades over and over again that don't work out. That's not how traders fail. Traders fail from taking stupid trades and having bad emotions from their stupid trades, or taking good trades and not executing them correctly and then leading to stupid trades. This type of thing you do today, that's really great. Heck yeah, G. Fantastic. Hi, Nigel. I don't want your pressure of your ding ding dings. I'm trying to go quicker. And then we got Gary and Mohamed. Thanks, Nigel. I appreciate it, man. Gary, are you here? Yeah, Zach, it's a tough trade to take, but yeah, I could definitely do that on the last one. Second day in sim. All right, Gary. Second day in sim. All right, Gary. So what are you thinking right here? What was the reason for this long? All right, Gary. So I'm gonna say something that I don't want to dishearten you because it's a winner that you might be happy with, and usually winning trades have some sort of thing I can get behind. If this is your second day in sim and you're saying you saw a bottom, this in a nutshell, Gary, and I'm sorry I say it like this is how you're going to fail as a trader. This is how I failed as a trader. This is how most people fail as traders. They take 1 minute micro reversals on price action on something that's so clearly in a downtrend. And look, you got paid off for it this time. You read the chart correctly in theory. You got a new 1 minute high. You scaled out at the moving averages. And I'm not harping on you because I did this for so long, for years, man. So I'm trying to like speak to my old self, to you. Do not take reversals off the 1 minute on knife catching. Get that out of your system. Even though you went on this, don't do it. And I really almost never say something so explicitly, but I remember doing this again and again, and sometimes I would have big winners, but only after a ton of small losers that led to a ton of bad trades, man. When we did our office hours program, this is what we saw constantly. Newer traders and even intermediate traders trying to take reversals, knife catches off the 1 minute because they think they see something in the price action. This is extremely difficult to do. Eric, everything is better. The 2 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, that all gives you a little bit more confirmation in terms of more traders seeing it, more volume. But still, this is a knife catch right here, right? Clearly a downtrend, failed 5 minute, trying to break down through this moving average. Sure enough, it's tough, Gary. Yeah, okay, so it's still the 2 minute. That's either way. It's tough. Because you got your move that you're probably happy with. You scaled out and you got a nice little scalp that was probably like a 2 or 3 to 1 risk to reward. And you were going to let it run. I really like this, right? This stop was because you were trying to let it run. I love that part. I love that you actually waited for a 2 minute high for sure and you got a move. Just be very, very mindful of the way you traded today is how so many traders fail. So I don't want to... Do you understand, Gary, and not feel disheartened about it? I'm just trying to help through my own experience. Cool, Gary. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Eric, 5 minute is better than the 1 minute, but still, a 5 minute on this type of downtrend, it's oftentimes just leads to a little move up, which you can scalp it for sure. But yeah, look, you get a 5 minute high, it goes up, goes to the resistance, and comes right back down. Yeah, Adam. All right. So thank you for sharing, Gary. Gary, share again. And hopefully we'll look at it and hopefully we'll see a different type of setup that's a loser. Other setups that are losers are fine. This setup, when it's a winner, it kind of sucks you into thinking you can do this again and again and again. And it's a scary thing, Gary. It really is. Yeah, PKS, it's definitely a counter trend trade off of a very short time frame. Thanks for sharing, Gary. Really appreciate it. This is Mohamed. Are you still here, Mohamed? Thanks, Robert. Yeah, Gary, look at that chart. Oh, I want to look at the SPY so bad right now, but I'm going to focus. I'm not going to get suckered into anything. Okay, So I took it at the break of VWAP. What do you mean the break of VWAP? This, oh, so the pink line is VWAP? Not the blue line. Okay, got it, okay. So price goes above VWAP, looks strong, coming back down, waiting for the VWAP breakthrough. Okay, Andrew teaches us all the time. You're trying to get it before the retest, which is fine. You're going right for the breakthrough on the 1 minute high in an uptrend above the moving averages. Valid strategy. Where is your stop, Mohamed? Held the 20 moving average, I see it. Was your stop here, here, at the under the 20 or this blue line? He's not catching a knife, Gary. This isn't a knife catch. Yeah. So under this candle is 1, this candle is 2. 1, 2. Okay, 1. Okay, so very tight stop. Be careful. Now all of a sudden, Gary, now it's getting into tricky situation. Getting in a candle and then saying, I am going to get out. If this same candle ever makes a new low, that's really tough to trade on the 1 minute. Even though this is clearly, he could have said it's an A, B, C, D. He can say it's a VWAP breakthrough. He can say it's holding the moving averages. Still, giving it very little room to breathe makes it very likely that you can get stopped out and pick the right trend, but you're going to get stopped out beforehand. In this case, he didn't. Yeah, it's a very tight stop right there, man. You're basically saying, I'm going to get in at the point where it's never going to go against me. And those trades happen, but they're very difficult. So then in terms of, but now all of a sudden, because it's so tight, Mohamed, you get to have your risk to reward. Is this a 2-to-1 and a 3-to-1? Or maybe a 1.5 and a 2? Something like that? 3-to-1, yeah. So, right, because you're tight with stop, you got a 3-to-1. But just please note, it's really tricky to have those very, very tight stops. But I like it. I mean, it's a valid setup. I get exactly what you're doing. I might even jump into that trade with you potentially if I saw the other time frames. It's not a bad trade, Mohamed. And then Jason, this will be the last trade. And then we'll look at the, I wanted to do the full hour for BBT, and then I'm going to do the other trades on our forum really quick that we can look at together. There's only 2 of them. But Jason, are you here? All right, Jason. I want to have my not perfect bad trades reviewed as promised. Got it. So HD, a mini lower high established. A moving average 9 and 20 cross. You waited for the pullback to provide a better entry potential. Took 1/4 partial at 1R. Exit 3/4 at a loss. Made the whole trade very minimal green. Okay, that's amazing patience, Jason T. Amazing risk management. You had a really interesting idea here. It's not a horrible idea. We've talked about it before. Now, I stopped taking these trades because I found better setups, and I only take these when a lot more happens in terms of the 15-minute chart, the 50 moving average doing something, and then resistance on top of it. I just see the bigger picture. But in terms of the pullback entry, the moving average cross, scaling out, getting out, that is perfect trade management, Jason. Really, really great trade management. A very, very decent trade idea. I love it. That's a good trade that didn't work out, man. Really good. Whoever just texted me, if it's on an admin, I can't open the admin tab up right now. So I don't know how you can do that. Maybe it was the was it the off-topic one? Yeah, I think it was the admin one. All right, now Jason, your second one. There was a false breakdown, and SMA 50 acted as strong support. Yeah, false breakdown. EMA 905 also acted as the support. Got it. Another imminent cross. Got it. My entry was not good. Feel I chased. This entry is fine. Look at this. It's a 1 minute high after holding. You're in a clear uptrend. You realize that it's a fake out breakdown. This is, I mean, it's very hard to enter here, 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 here. Waiting for the new 1 minute high at the very least is not a chase whatsoever. Now this might be a chase. Oh no, this one. I see what you're saying. This one, sorry. This one. I get what you're saying, that it's kind of a chase. Where was your stop for this trade, Jason? Here, here, or somewhere else? Lower of the simple moving average, right? Okay, got it. Yeah, I mean, it's not picture perfect, Jason. I see it. I love, again, how you analyze the chart. I loved how you even realized that it was a little bit of a chase, and sure, I see it. And I love how you partial out here. So you have a lot of great things going for you, man. A lot. If you can put all those things together, in those two non-perfect trades, you got a small winner and a decent sized winner. And that's because of your risk, your trade management, Jason. That's a really, we said it earlier, underrated skill. That was really good trade management once you were in the trades, man. So definitely keep that up. And I see these are valid setups on both of them. They're not bad at all, man. Not bad. Not perfect, like you said, but not horrible trades. I like it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, PKS. He still ended at green. Yeah, Jason. Let's see how this is going to work. NVIDIA. We're going to do it on YouTube now. Alright, this is going to be hard to see. So for Jesse, luckily, Jesse, let's see. We already had Kurt and Ninja Trader. Is that Ninja Trader? What's his name? Merrick. Yeah, I thought so. That's Merrick. Yeah. So we had them comment on this. So Jesse, if you see this, I'm not going to comment on it because we had these really great responses from Kurt and maybe Eamon. No, just from Kurt. When you're doing this, please write a little bit less, and it's hard to read on red and black. And I know that just might be what your charts look like, but it's just really hard to read with that much information. And Kurt already looked at this with you, so I'm going to hold off on this, but please submit more. Just reduce the writing just a little bit, even though I get you're trying to define everything very nicely. Just reduce it and try to get the colors a little easier to read. It's just slightly hard to read. See you, Michelle. But I will get to you. I'll Jesse, please sending another one, and we'll happily look at it at a later time. And then Serge. Let's try to open this. All right. I can't zoom in. Let's try to do it this way. Alright, let's try this. There you go, I can do it like that. Alright, this is from Serge. Serge, are you still in the YouTube chat? entry point was based on the 2-minute chart. I saw the 50 MA come to cross the 9. Always hard when there's no indicators on the chart. I took it short when we started to reject the VWAP. Got it. My entry was at 10.11 at 47.23 with the stop above VWAP. So his entry was somewhere around here, and his stop was somewhere around here. 2. Double top on the 15-minute chart, failure to make a new high, losing VWAP, black. All right, I see it. 3. It was a quick scalp with small amount of shares, took all out at 200 moving average, right there. 1.4R, had a very small on this one, yeah. Because of this, see no reason to take a partial there and wait for the pullback. Yep, I see that cover right there because of this. So overall, I love this type of trade, okay? You're using surge. You're using the 15-minute chart. You're using VWAP. You're using moving average crosses happening. You're using, I don't know if you actually use something on this chart or not, or if this is just to show your entries, but you're using different indicators on different charts. You're going with the trend, trying to find a little bit of a consolidation area. You're using moving averages to get out, and look at that. You covered right there. Heck yeah. Really great reading the chart and understanding how these moving averages work. All of that is beautiful, and if this trade doesn't work out, I couldn't see anything wrong with it. You had space until here. You were under the VWAP. You were under the moving averages. You had the 15-minute chart. I like this trade a lot. To me, that's a really good trade. I know it's hard for traders in our room to see this, but do you guys see anything that I'm missing, or does it look like a pretty decent trade idea here? I think that many of them must have left that the market's closed. But yeah, surge to me, it looks pretty good. I don't think he played it as a VWAP reversal exactly, but he wanted to lose VWAP. Yep. Yeah, I know, Surge, for all of us. All right, well, thank you, everyone. Really great trades here and a lot of interesting stuff there. I really appreciate you sending them in. We've got the trade review Thursday at 3 p.m. and then tomorrow night, Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time for people who can't make it during the market. Thank you all, and I am tired also, so it's time for me to take a little rest as well. Yeah, thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.